right, Cody, thank you very much. Good reminders. And of course, we will be tracking those road conditions throughout the evening hours and of course in the morning as well, because after the sunset, which we know is happening in like, what, 5 minutes or something now? 10, oh, 3? It's even worse than I thought. But anyway, we know it's going to get really cold and it's just going to get colder through the evening. So we wanted to make sure that people know exactly what to expect. We'll be talking about it throughout the evening and of course tomorrow on Up with KREM.
Yep.
But we want to talk to weather because, or talk about weather because we definitely, this is an early blast of winter for us. And I know you've been working on your long range winter forecast. So kind of give us a quick overview. I'm excited to see it.
A quick overview. You know, we're heading into our third La Nina.
Okay.
And to me, it was kind of a, deja vu with how the forecast is going, but we're missing some of the elements that kept us a bit warmer. So I went out and just kind of had fun spending a day driving around the region and kind of putting together a bit of what I thought this winter would be. And I think today's snow is a great example of kind of what's to come. Right now, think of it this way, Whitney. Our temperatures are reminiscent of what we expect kind of the last few days of December.
So we're ahead by quite a bit. Okay, you said we've had La Nina for 3 years. Is this one going, how's this going to differ from previous years?
You know, the last couple of years, we kind of just missed one little element to get that going. Last year, it was a big blocking high way out to our east, all the way out over Greenland. And that kind of bottlenecked everything. So we wound up with that ridge of high pressure over the top of us in January. And it was just sunny and it was kind of foggy. It was still cool, but we just didn't get the moisture. Not until late spring and then into summer. Remember that cold start to summer?
Oh, yes.
That was La Nina.
Thanks a lot.
That pattern with temperatures just a little bit cooler means snow instead of rain.
I know it's a lot more complicated than that, so thanks for giving us a quick overview. For tonight, what do we need to know? Because it sounds like the roads could get pretty treacherous, and of course it doesn't take much moisture on the roads to make them very, very slick.
Yeah, I think that's the key. It's one of those ones where, you know, countless times over and over and over, we say, yeah, it gets slick. And when it comes to the amount of moisture on a road to make it slick, it is not much. It just takes a little bit of a glaze and then freezing temperatures. So in order to, oh man, I don't want to do this to everybody, but in order to make sure you remember it, we're going to say, ice, ice, baby. I'm so sorry. But keep that in mind as you're going to start the car tomorrow morning and go, oh my gosh, I can't stand that meteorologist Jeremy LaGoo. But that's as our Arctic blast arrives and those cold temperatures stick around in the days to come. When it comes to the snow, we talked about it, about 3 to 5, maybe even 6 inches, depending on where you are around Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and that entire region. Now, when it comes to the real hitters of this storm, that's in Okanagan County. Well, just pick one. Twisp, 18 inches, get out of here. Some serious snow, upwards of 2 feet in some areas, and that's as our low sits a little bit closer. So it's right there, but it's pulling in some cold air. I got to adjust the camera here because that is very indicative of cold air in the reaches of the atmosphere. You're going, reaches, upper reaches. I don't know, I forgot a word there. Here we go. Temperatures the next few days trend quite a bit cooler. Highs near freezing, overnight lows down in the teens. To put that in perspective, we don't really see average temperatures dive that low. Sure, we do it every single year. But on average, if you average out 30 years, that's kind of colder than what we typically do. Here you go. There's our storm. There's the cold air moving in. And where we currently sit is basically below freezing. Look at this stark line between Ritzville and Spokane, Pullman and Moscow and down. You know what? We're going to skip this for a second. We drop into the teens overnight. But look what that does to this. It's rain as you make your way a little bit farther south and west. Moving into Spokane, another little round of some light snow showers. Those will dissipate throughout the evening. Do we get any more accumulation? Not really. I shoveled my driveway and I, for one, am not really worried about any additional accumulation. By tomorrow afternoon, it's about the sunshine and temperatures trying to get back up above freezing. But when it comes to those mountain passes, I think tomorrow's a much better day than today. A few more snow showers, and if you're heading over Sherman, heavy snow and wind, upwards of 2 feet in some of those areas. Crews are having a hard time battling some of that, so just keep it in mind. Sherman Pass, maybe not the one to go. Lunar eclipse overnight. If you want to wake up in the middle of the night, go for it. We'll have more details on that coming up in a bit. But for now, it's cold. Increasing sunshine tomorrow. Sunny and cold on Wednesday. Just downright chilly Thursday. And by the weekend, it looks like a giant warm-up, but 30s still.